Welcome to the 10 Acre Woods. My name's Mark, and here's Tara, and I'm a little bit hoarse today. We are going to just go through the routine during the day, what happens during the day here on the farm, and we're just heading out to feed the animals, make sure that everybody's all happy. During the summertime, we've got an automated watering system, so it's not too crucial that we're out there at the crack of dawn. As you can see, the sun is already up. It's around 9:30 in the morning. So here we go. We've already got one of our volunteers that had come out, and they come out during the, well, once, maybe even twice a weekend, and they bring some treats. Treats being peas and other vegetables.
Mark, I'm gonna let Willow in.
Looks like you got your hands full.
He's had lots of apples. Willow's coming in.
It's about the only time you can actually pet the alpacas is when they're right in there.
Try to get a pet in.
So Tara has decided that we're going to move Willow into the main area and her little filly, but of course she's feeding right now.
Girl! Come on, baby.
There we go. Shadow will be very happy to see you. Or not. She's looking for treats. Come on, Meadow. Come on. Come see your mommy. Yeah. It's not working as planned. All right, there we go. Here we go. She did it. Run like the wind.
There she goes. Three of them together. Try to feed her out of it. See if you can pet her.
Putting it on the ground. Barry doesn't eat on the ground. Well, he eats his grass on the ground, but not his oats generally.
Want some oats?
She's unsure. There we go.
Sheldon!
Sheldon, come on, you silly boy.
Want some oats?
Oh, he'll just stick his head right in there. So these are just straight whole oats. We used to do something called goat sweet or 60-30-10, but it's got molasses in it, and they just don't need all that sugar. They love the whole oats just the same.
Now with the pond, all we have to do is check like waters that aren't hooked up to automatic waters.
And so everybody's got their water out of the pond in the main area, and then there's the pigeon and peafowl water, which just needs to be cleaned out regularly. And there's another one over there for the chicken hens.
I have this, Mark. Yeah, they stole them.
Oh, well, we've been watching eggs here. So these were the geese?
Ducks.
Ducks in here. But what's going on is we've got a crow problem. So Tara's going to put that over top to try to hide. But crows are pretty smart. They know that they're there. And even if we cover them, there's still a chance that they'll come back and go underneath there. So this is the water system here. We've got some leaves and stuff in it. It's all pressurized and it has a float valve on here. It just needs to be cleaned out. Usually once a day. Just to make sure it's all rinsed. There we go. Get some nice fresh water.
Oh yay! They're actually nesting in there.
Oh, do we have some eggs? Are we gonna have some little peachecks this year? Oh yeah. There we go. We'll see what happens. Turn the water on. So this is water out in our rabbit hutch area. And there we go. Oh, what's that getting splashed? Oh, it's gonna drink right out of the right out of the stream. What is that?
So these are all the girls.
All right, looks like we're filling up. Hey, Henry. And we'll turn that off. Okay, so there's that. In here, we've been putting the male rabbits. And we've got, of course, the little mini gods in here as well. So this is going to be where they spend their summer, out here. And of course we've got Henry the rooster in here, and he's in here because we've got all the other roosters outside. We don't want him to get picked on. And then we've got all the girl rabbits in here. So their water's outside. They do have a feed container over there that we check regularly. And then we'll put in some hay into there to give them to some greens. Oh, you've already put...
Yeah, they're in there's barley and horse. It goes in here.
Oh, okay, you've already got it in there. So Tara went and she put some hay in
keeps
the
it
tube.
Nicer.
Yeah, it keeps it dry in there, out of the elements. So she's got it in each one of those little shelters.
Compost bins. They make good grub. They do. They do. And I can just lift the top, put hay in.
Saying like a cat.
Okay, so we got hay.
Which rooster was that one I'm talking about?
I put them in.
So this area in here, Tara had kind of closed off. Wasn't initially for the pigs?
Pigs?
Yeah, but the goats
Goats are all sleeping.
and the kid goats all seem to be sleeping in that area. So there's a little door here, and it was basically just to keep the alpaca and ponies out, and so that the pigs had a nice place. Gonna follow mommy. She's got the good stuff. So we've been putting the hay out in this area here. A couple reasons is to
Seed the area.
Yep, seed the area, get that seed down on this ground since we did the pond last year. Of course, there's nothing growing. There is some stuff growing on the other side of the pond, we've noticed. And also by giving them space, they're not crammed into a building with all the feeders, and then you get some kind of, you get some arguing going on, and maybe somebody doesn't get any. So this just ensures that everybody can mosey up to the feed station and get some hay. Even the little piggies. Hi, Petey. Hi. Did you get an apple this morning?
Yeah.
I heard you got an apple. Now inside what we have, we got some pigeons here that are eating. So this is a furnace ducting that is mounted into the wall cavity right there. And we fill that with grains. So they come over and that's their feed station. And we have just this plexiglass here. And there's a mixture of barley and wheat and oats in there. So that just keeps them fed in here. Now their water is where I showed you outside, so they've got that automated watering system. And Tara forgot to turn the light on in here, so we'll plug that in. There we go. So it's just a manual plug-in here. The timer stopped working. So I did pick up another timer, but we're using it inside the house on the plant light. And we're just going to manually plug it in and unplug it during the day in here just to give them their light. We have removed all the roosters. Yesterday we removed, it was actually about 5 roosters that made their way in here. We did close the door after Tara did the clean in here, so it's nice and clean. So we're just allowing these girls to have a little bit of peace without any roosters. Now the other areas, so this area here, so Tara had gone and cleaned that area out as well, and half of the back area here. So that's all clear. We've got a little bit more over here to clear out, and we've got some more in this area. So once we get all that cleared out and cleaned up, these walls, what we want to do is we want to actually paint them so that they have a nice non-porous surface. And we figured, well, let's put something nice on the wall. You know, they're stuck in here during the winter months. Maybe what we'll do is we'll paint the ceiling white or blue, I guess. We'll paint it a nice blue, and then we'll put some clouds on the ceiling. And then maybe, I don't know, we'll have to see about maybe getting an artist or figuring out how we're gonna do it. But maybe some trees, or maybe a field view where it's looking out across a field with big round bales on the field. I don't know. That's a project that we wanted to do just to kind of cheer things up in here and make the surfaces inside a little more durable to moisture, because we can get some moisture that builds up in the winter months. It's been a few weeks now since we shut off the incubator and we hatched out some eggs. So I haven't showed these guys since they did hatch out, but here they are. So they are growing up. They're a little bit freaked out about me being here. So I'm going to give them some feed. So what we were doing is we just picked up some of the granular feed here. And just pour it right in there. Chicks are so funny. They're so freaked out about humans. We're the ones that feed them, yet they run away from us. You would think that they would be a little bit more comfortable since we're the only ones. They haven't seen a full-grown chicken before. And they'll make their way over. It's like, oh, is there food here? All right, now for the boys up front. So if you've been checking out our Instagram and our Facebook, you'll see that Carl broke one of his horns, just like his son, Billy. So we'll just throw this hay in here. Marlene's helping out with the feeding. Whoa, and here we go. They're coming in like a battling ram. And there we go. So where is... Oh, Levi's over on the other side still. Come on, Levi. Levi, come on. Come and get it, Levi.
There you go.
I guess he doesn't quite know the routine yet. So today we're starting off, we have what's called open farm shortly, but we have people showing up for a private birthday party. So they're going to take over the area, the barbecue area and the picnic area, and they're going to have their own little barbecue, and then they'll go in and see the animals. So that's what's scheduled here for this morning. Hi, Levi. Are you full? You don't need any more food? The boys are over there eating. You're such a silly boy, aren't you? So with the feeding all done this morning, it's been a few hours now. It's just after 12. We run what's called open farm, which is allowing people from the public to come in and to visit the animals and get a little taste of country. We had a birthday party, which is still here. There's about 18 kids having a birthday party at our little barbecue area. And we're expecting a new animal in today. So I believe it's a female, if if I recall correctly. And the name is Bacon Bits. So of course Bacon Bits is a small pig. We believe it's a pot-belly pig. It's considered a micro pig. Any pig under 150 pounds when full grown is a micro pig. So she's saying probably around one-ish, which is not so far away. Oh, and there is Levi neighing at everybody. All excited to see new people. So the kids are having their, I think they're just ready to open up gifts over in that area. And then of course we have other kids here and other visitors playing in the play structure area as well. So we're going to be expecting Bacon Bits shortly. And then after that we're going to be going and picking up some hay. So some of the things we do on the weekend is, well, a number of different things, and this weekend is getting hay. Since our hay supply is starting to dwindle, we want to make sure that we have enough for the rest of the year and into the winter time. So we're going to go over names here of the kids. This one here is one of Blackie's, and this is a little girl named Lily, which is lying in the sun panting. And the other one is over here. So this is another little girl, and she doesn't have a name yet. Now these ones are sold. The owner hasn't come up with a name for these yet, and boy, that wind just came from nowhere. So keeping with Blackie's kids, let's find, we've got a bunch of kids over here. Now, the black and white one here, which is second from the left. So this is another little girl. I don't know if you can see in the shade very well, but she also doesn't have a name. Now moving along to Coco's. Now this is where it gets interesting. Coco's is it this one here? Come here, let me see your head. Let me see your head. Brown, black, no, that's not Coco's. So Coco's must be, oh yeah, here we go here. Actually, these two are Coco's. So on the top of the head, it's more brown than the other one. So there's so many white ones, it's pretty tough to tell. So this one is Daisy Bell, so it is a female. And then the firstborn of Coco's is a little boy named Nemo. So there's Nemo. Now moving back over to these ones. So on the top here is Petunias, of course, because it's a little petunia. And she's still available. She hasn't been sold yet, but we've kind of named her Billie Jean. Then we move down to the bottom. So we have actually the one on the far left that I was looking at earlier is Spock. So Spock is Petunia's little boy. Then we move on to the third one here, which has the white ears. And this is Snow's. This one is named Scotty. Now, of course, Spock and Scotty have gone to the same owner. And then the last one here is a little boy that does not have a name. And this is Snow's little boy, yeah. So that's the kids here. They've been running around all afternoon, or all morning, I should say. It's only 1 o'clock now. And now it's rest time. So time to rest, chew their cud, while I believe the moms are out back. Yes, I don't see any of the moms. So they must have headed out back along with the alpaca and the ponies. So this is Bacon Bits.
Bacon Bits. Hey.
Oh, yeah. A female?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are going to be spoiled rotten. Yes.
I actually brought her
Just a little.
the bed she sleeps in that night in her blanket. I want to leave with her.
Yep, for sure. Well, and we're going to put her in with our special crew.
Oh yeah.
So they're in the front pen and they have their own little private little house.
Oh nice.
And yeah, so they'll see.
How old is she?
They didn't give me an exact date. I'm thinking July last year.
Oh, really? So she's that young? Not even a year old
Oh,
yet?
so she's young.
Yeah.
Well, she's
good.
fairly small.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
around to the litter. She
Yeah.
was just tiny when I got her. She
Okay,
wasn't surviving.
July. of last year. Good, okay. Because I'm like, oh my God, okay, we're not dealing with that Berkshire, like a Berkshire, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, right.
because some people are like, oh, I got a mini pig, and then it's like little young, and then it grows up to be like 70, 900 pounds. Yeah, okay.
I've seen her sister. Her sister is twice the size.
Oh, really?
Maybe 3 times the size.
So same as Petey and Piper then, eh?
Yeah, I was thinking.
So it was a family member that...
My uncle has a farm, but he's getting older, and he's got his asthma's acting up, and he can barely walk. He's had back surgeries. So he phoned and said he's giving all of his animals up.
It's hard. It's hard. We feel for him because, yeah, I could imagine. Yeah.
And at the time they were living in a tiny little house. So they had no room to keep her, so I said, I'll take the rent.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe just leave that out there.
Down. There we go.
She did really well following around the yard, but then Joe get your brother. Not on a leash.
We have such a calm.
Ready to go, eh?
Sheldon. Pot belly pig. If she starts eating right away, we got it. We're done.
She's just checking things out.
She's a house pet, so she's used to people. It's a new place.
Just a new place for her.
Yeah.
Looks like Moira is interested in bacon bits.
So it's gonna be really cool that they're gonna be able to see her on YouTube, and Moira's checking her out.
Who's that? Is that your new little buddy? So we're done unloading the bales, and this is what it looks like. Now, this section on the right-hand side is all the new stuff. So there are 140 bales, because I've got 20 bales still on the truck that we're likely going to have in the other building. So that area is the new stuff, and this is the old stuff. This barn holds about 600 bales of hay, which is enough to get us through an entire year. We always want to make sure that we have enough bales of hay to feed the animals, and just in case there's any problems where somebody runs out of hay, we like to, have enough of a surplus. We've got this barn that is completely enclosed, and it works out really well for our feed. So it's coming up on 8 o'clock p.m. and you can see behind me there's a storm coming in. So looks like it'll rain through the night. It's supposed to be decent tomorrow. So we're gonna do our shutdown. Tara beat me out here. She says, I gotta go shut down because I'm gonna go to bed soon. So it was a long day. She manned the farm while I was out getting the hay. Now, little Miss Bits here, Bacon Bits. Hi. We have her food. So she has a pig food. What's this? Can you sit? Can you sit? Sit. Sit. Good girl. There you go. One of her tricks. I think that's the only trick she knows. We're not sure. So inside the building, it looks like everybody's sleeping in here. So they're going to need some water, and they're going to need some more feed. So, like we did this morning, We'll scoop up some feed and be nice and quiet, not to disturb the little ones. Here we go. So we got that. And we will go get them some new water. Okay. Here is the new water. There we go. Enjoy. Have a good night, you guys. And that's it for them. So they have their water, they have their feed. And looks like Tara's grabbed some hay. And put them in their bins here. We got that.
It's gonna rain, that's why I'm feeding them inside.
There we go.
Rain.
Okay, come and get it. Oh, they've got some feed out here already from... Oh, you did give them some. All right, well. So I guess while I was feeding the little chicks, Tara came out and gave them some hay out here. Hi, Barry. People like the way you chew. It's kind of farm-like. And Chansey and Marley. What's happening?
Barry's getting his because he's a little underweight.
Ah. Want me to hold that?
Yeah.
Oh, Barry.
And Blackie and Snow. Blackie. Blackie. Blackie.
No, this is for Barry. So Barry is, he needs to put on a little bit of weight. So we're just going to give him a little bit extra. Paula, you better not spit. So this is, it's actually Alpaca Food. So it's a granular, or not a granular, it's a compressed pellet. And then we've got some oats in there as well. And then Tara is giving Blackie and Snow and Hanny some what's called goat sweet, or it's also referred as 60-30-10. It's rolled oats. I think there's a few other, I think there's some corn in there. And it's got molasses. So it's got some sweetness to it. They really like it. Although they really like oats in general. So we shied away from the goat sweet or 60-30-10 years ago because it had the molasses, and we felt that they don't need that extra sugar. So we just went straight to an oat as a treat. You're still working on that, hey Barry? Why don't we bring you inside? So this is where we're putting the water right now. We've got these hens closed in just to give them a little bit of break from...
And I'm actually not cleaning out the peas because they're sprouting.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, well, sprouting grains.
Hi, ladies. Oh, thank you.
You getting eggs?
Yeah, I think they're happier without the boys.
Yeah. You don't need those roosters bugging you girls.
Hi.
So once the little ones inside get a little bit larger, we'll find out who's hens and who's roosters. And we will put the hens out here. So this is how we've figured out how to feed the ducks without feeding the other animals. So Tara throws the grains in the water, and the ducks go in and they eat all the grains. Anything that sinks to the bottom, they dunk their heads in and eat them off the bottom. Tara's bringing out some hay. It looks like they have lots of water in there. And we'll check the boys on the other side. This is another project we're going to have to do, is clean out this. You can see from the winter, it's really built up along the edge there. But they love digging through it. All right, yeah, look at this. They've got these holes that they're digging in. underneath this mound. The mound wasn't actually that high. They've built it and pushed it all up on top of it. What do we got? So we've got some grains in here left.
Do they need more?
Yeah, so it looks like they'll need some more grains. Although grains are more of a treat, Tara's getting the hay out there. But you want to make sure that they have a good combination of different foods. Are you boys getting ready for bed? Oh, silly boys. All right, how do we do this? I don't even know how this. Oh, okay, I see what she did. Sorry. Okay, in here there is an automatic waterer, although rabbits tend to not keep things clean with the hay and everything. All right, so that's good. That's gonna fill up, and these boys have some grain in here as well. So the boys were outside. We are collecting them because what's happening is Tara went and put them outside, and she's going to be planting her garden. So she doesn't want all these rabbits eating her garden. So we're collecting them. I think we've got about 3 or 4 in here right now, and we'll be collecting the other ones and putting them in their place, which is in here. The boys are in the front area, so they've got this large container here of water. So that's where they drink out of. We've got our hose set up over here, and that's how we refill. The boys don't seem to be here at the moment. So this is the area that they get their hay. It's just nice and easy to put it in, and it gives them some space. You can see some of the Christmas trees that we've put in there that they've kind of ripped apart. And there's Carl. Carl! Where's the rest of them? Where's the rest of the crew? Look what they're doing. So he broke his horn, but look at what they do to these trees. They've got something against these trees, Carl. What do you have against the trees? People have asked, does it hurt? No, it doesn't hurt. It's kind of like a fingernail. You don't want to get too far down into the quick. It is broken off. He's taken off. Oh, it's got to be 8-10 inches anyway. But he didn't get down far enough to do any to have any injury.
If it had been fly season,
yes,
he would have coated it because there was slight flesh.
Probably put some blue coat on there and spray it down. But since it's not fly season and there's going to be no egg laying there, it's going to heal fine. And Billy, I was looking at this earlier. Billy, come here. Show me your horn. He didn't take off nearly as much, but his is kind of smoothed over. And that's probably from him still whacking trees and rubbing it down.
I know.
Yeah, so he, that's been, what, 2 months, I think?
Oh, this branch.
Oh, look at him.
Yeah.
Oh, you just don't learn. Why?
Well, it would suck if they got these maples and killed them. Like, they're like...
What did the tree do to you? We're back in the house, and she has some more of her plants growing up here. Looks like those are cucumbers. Not quite sure. I've been out of the landscaping business a little too long. Here we've got some tomatoes and some peppers. And so I had showed this to you a couple weeks ago, and it was pretty much it wasn't much growing on here. The lights are off. I've got them on a timer, so these are Sun Blaster lights, I think by Sunbeam, if I recall correctly. They are LED, and we just put them on a timer. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you notice down on the bottom, I have now merchandise. So we've done merchandise locally, but I have checked out a company called Teespring, and what they do is they will, I just design it, put it all in there, put my logo and everything and set it all up. But let me know what you think about those items. Are they neat? Is it something that would be of interest to you? You know, what kind of items? Is it a ball cap? I haven't put a ball cap in there as of yet, but just different things. It's something new that I thought I'd try out, but go have a look at it and let me know what you think down in the comments. Until next video, take care and have a wonderful week. Oh, and happy Mother's Day to all you mothers. Bye-bye.